Have you ever whispered to the sky in your loneliest hour, not knowing whether anyone heard you? Have you ever felt the soul's thirst in a crowded room, searching for a presence that eyes cannot see and hands cannot hold? There is a verse, just one, that holds the weight of that longing, the ache of that surrender, the cry of the seeker, and the mystery of the beloved. Iyyaka Na'budu wa Iyyaka Nasta'een. Not just words, but a door to the inner universe, to the unfathomable realms of divine intimacy. This verse is not merely recited, it is lived. It is the burning breath of the mystic, the sigh of the brokenhearted, the song of the lover on the path of annihilation. This verse is the turning point, where the soul no longer seeks the world, but seeks the one behind it. Now come, walk with me, one step at a time into this sacred verse. Let us not just understand it, let us disappear into it. Iyyaka Na'budu wa Iyyaka Nasta'een, the verse that divides the ocean of the self. In the Sufi path, every letter of the Quran is alive, breathing, vibrating with secrets. But this verse, this simple yet thunderous declaration, is the axis around which the entire journey of the soul revolves. This is not a request. This is not a story. This is a vow. The seeker stands before the beloved, not in arrogance, but in absolute surrender, and declares, "Only you, O Allah, do we worship. Only you, O Allah, do we seek for help." Two sacred flames burn in this verse: ubudiyya, servanthood, and isti'ana, seeking divine help. Together they make the Sufi's wings. One wing submits in awe, the other reaches out in yearning. But let's go deeper. Let's dissolve word by word, breath by breath. Iyyak, only you. The Sufi masters say the placement of Iyyaka at the start of the sentence is not just grammatical, it is existential. It is as if the soul, drowning in multiplicity, shouts, "Only you!" In a world full of false gods, ego idols, illusions of power, and masks of love, the soul is tired. It no longer wants to kneel to the thrones of gold or opinions or status. It wants only one. The word Iyyaka becomes a cry, a rupture, a tearing away from everything that is not divine. Rumi whispers, "I tried to worship what they worshipped, but in every prostration, it was your face I sought." This is the moment the lover tears the veil. This is the moment of Tawheed, not just the belief in one God, but the experience that there is no reality but Him. Na'budu, we worship. Now the declaration shifts from separation to union. Not I worship, but we worship. Who is we? Is it the body and the soul? The ego and the spirit? The lover and the beloved? The Sufis say this Na'budu is the merging of all fragments within us. It is the prayer of the whole being, mind, heart, and secret. To worship in the Sufi path is not limited to bowing or rituals. Worship is presence, is intimacy, is annihilation in the beloved. When Junaid was asked what worship means, he said, "It is to stand with reverence, speak with truth, act with sincerity, and be absorbed in Him entirely." Real worship is ubudiyya, a state where you no longer serve out of fear or desire, but from love. Love that cannot be explained. Love that breaks the bones of your ego so that the soul can rise. Love that makes every breath a dhikr, every step a saddah, every silence a secret between you and the one. Iyyaka Nasta'een, and only you we ask for help. After surrender comes the cry for divine assistance. But listen carefully. The verse does not say, "Help us worship you." It says, "Only you we worship, and only you we seek help from." There is no condition, no limitation. This is total dependence. Tawakkul. The Sufi says, "O Allah, I do not even rely on my own ability to remember you. Even the longing for you is a gift from you. Just as the ocean lifts the boat," the servant says, "I am not rowing, I am being carried." In this one verse, the seeker breaks the illusion of self-sufficiency. The ego says, "I can." The soul says, "I cannot unless He wills." This is the death of pride, the birth of surrender. This is fakhr, the noble poverty of the mystic who owns nothing, not even his own devotion. Beyond the words, the unity and duality, there is a profound paradox here. The verse contains two actions, worship and asking for help, but both are directed toward one. Sufis interpret this as the unity of being, Wahdat al-Wujud. There is no duality. The servant and the served are not two realities. They are one seen through different mirrors. Ibadah, worship, is not merely human effort. It is the reflection of divine will. Even your longing is his whisper in your chest. Rumi says, "You thought you were the seeker, but it was he, hiding in your heart, seeking himself through you." Thus, only you we worship becomes not a statement of separation, but a song of intimacy. It is the drop returning to the ocean, only to realize it was never apart. The mirror of the verse, from self to silence. The Sufi knows that to worship is to empty oneself. Iyyaka Na'budu is the smashing of the mirror of the self. Iyyaka Nasta'een is the plea to stay shattered, so the divine can be your form. When you truly worship, you disappear. There is only him. That is why the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Worship Allah as if you see him, and if you cannot, know that he sees you." This is ihsan. This is the gaze of the heart. This is where worship becomes union. Every verse of the Quran walks toward this verse. The Sufi scholars say that the entire Quran is a commentary on this verse. All the prophets came to teach this, to worship none but Allah and to rely on no power but His. This verse is the covenant, the trust, the beginning and the end of all spiritual journeying. Final mystery, you are not the speaker. Pause for a moment. Who says this verse? You do, but not from your own self. This is the divine teaching you how to speak to him. He gives you the words to return. He gives you the breath to worship. He gives you the pain, and then he gives you the cure. Even the longing for him is from him. When this verse enters your blood. When this verse enters the heart, life is never the same. You will no longer seek help from the world's illusions. You will no longer worship your image, your desires, your opinions. You will see his face in every event, every face, every wound. And even in your darkest hour, you will whisper, "Only you I worship. Only you I ask for help." Final call. Let the verse become your breath. O seeker, O lover, O broken soul, do not just recite this verse, become it. Let every breath declare your servanthood. Let every silence beg for his help. Say it when the world collapses. Say it when you rise. Say it when your heart breaks. Say it when you taste the wine of divine love. Let this verse be your qibla, your lamp, your sword, and your refuge. For in this verse is the entire ocean of Tawheed, the entirety of surrender, and the essence of love. If this verse touched your soul, don't let the journey stop here. Share this message with those who are seeking. Let them taste what you have tasted. And if your heart longs to go deeper into the mysteries of the Quran, the secrets of the Sufi path, and the hidden gems behind every divine word, subscribe, stay connected, and walk with us into the fire of divine love. Because some verses are not meant to be read. They are meant to burn you alive in the love of the one who first whispered them into your soul. Only you we worship, and only you we ask for help. Let this be your cry. Let this be your return.